All right, I'm Steven, and I have Ramsey Hunt Syndrome, and this is my 2 weeks since diagnosis update. If you watched my first video, I've got to tell you, I watched it. It was kind of depressing. I feel better inside than I probably do on the outside. But to quote Heath Ledger's Joker, let's put a smile on that face. So you know what we're going to talk about? I'm going to talk about how I'm feeling physically, how I'm doing mentally and with work, emotionally and spiritually. So physically, a lot of people are like, "How you doing? You feeling any better?" Not really. Some ways worse. I'm off all my medications. I finished the prednisone steroid that I was on at the beginning of this week, and prednisone kind of sucks. I finished antivirals at the beginning of week one. The biggest thing I've been struggling with this past week is insomnia. I'll go to bed, wake up 90 minutes, 2 hours later, and then oftentimes I haven't been able to get back to sleep for hours. It's kind of torture. The last couple of days I've been trying melatonin. That seems to have been helping, but I'm still not where I would. If you look at my sleep scores, I use a Garmin, they're pretty crummy. So I look forward to a good night's sleep because that would be really helpful. So that's contributing to overall exhaustion that I'm feeling. I still have a lot of vertigo. Um, it's probably due to the nerves, the Ramsay Hunt virus, the shingles, chickenpox virus is a nerve related virus. So between the insomnia, the tinnitus, which I still have very limited hearing, and the vertigo, it's pretty tiring. I do take naps in the afternoon, like an old man. I'm not a big fan of naps, but I kind of need to. I still have the ear shingles. They're getting kind of itchy, annoying, but not painful. Look forward to those going away. Probably the other biggest issue is the eye. The eye won't blink, doesn't produce tears. So I've been doing a lot. I spent a lot of the week, doing this. And then I got a moisture chamber. This thing's a game changer. So, especially going outside, look like a pirate, I'll put it on, and that keeps my eye from drying out. I am using a whole lot of this stuff. I should probably find a cheap supply of it. I use this ointment at night, and then I'll tape my eye shut. I'll put on an eye mask to protect the eye. And so in the middle of the night, if I have to get up, I'm kind of fumbling around so I don't have to open my eye. The problem is my paralyzed eye wants to mirror my good eye. So if I close my good eye, you see this won't close, but I can manually close it. But it wants to open if the other eye is open, which causes a lot of problems. In fact, I'll talk a little bit about that. So the moisture chamber is a game changer. I've worn it outside. Sometimes I'll wear it during the day. Gets the eye to settle down, and then I'll be okay for a while. Um, Talked about the exhaustion. That's been pretty crummy. I have been trying to walk. My doctor said I could walk as much as I wanted to, but because of the tiredness, it's been really struggling. There was one day before I got the moisture chamber that I tried to patch it. And my eye wanted to open up, and it was kind of irritating on the patch, and it just killed me. It was just awful. But today's pretty good. I may hit 10,000 steps. I went for a long walk this morning. I've been doing some stuff around the house. So who knows, man? I'll hit 10,000 steps today. But I'm learning to kind of give what my body will give me and not force it. So let's talk about mentally and work. It's still kind of tiring to watch TV, to read. I have been able to worked about 20 hours this week, mostly doing calls. I'm a chief operating officer and an outsourced CFO for one of my businesses, Ledger Gurus. So mostly I've been kind of meeting with the team, coaching them. I've done a little bit of content creation, video calls, emails. That's been okay. So I'm pretty happy about the amount of work I've been able to do because I think I'd go crazy otherwise. But some days it's good, and some days I can only put a couple hours in. So I'm just kind of doing what I can. It's weird to say I'm disabled, but I really am. Probably have more thoughts about working disabled because, it's probably one of those topics nobody thinks about. Go get short-term disability insurance if you have the option, because, it's more likely you're going to get short-term disability than you are going to die. But I'm disabled, but I'm not unable. So I'm still able to do stuff. And I'm trying to do what I can. And I'm really happy when I can do something. Emotionally, time is going so freaking slow. I am a very busy person. I'm always doing things. And so going at this slower pace is a little bit of a chore. The insomnia has gotten me a little crazy. The last night was pretty good for sleep, but a night or two ago, I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So it's taking a toll. But, one of the cool things is I've had a lot of friends reach out. I've had some friends visit, some neighbors visit, and we just chat or go for a walk. And I'm rediscovering the value of connection, something that I haven't done because I'm always doing, and going, and busy. And I'm learning the value of just being with people. So maybe this is a great lesson, a silver lining of this. Which kind of brings me to how I'm feeling spiritually. I think this week I want to talk a lot about prayer. I've had a lot more time to pray, especially in the middle of the night. I don't really want to get up and look at my phone because my face is all taped up, so I'm just sitting there, laying there. And so there's been a lot of prayer, which has given me a lot of spiritual insight. And I've realized in my busyness, I haven't really sought kind of spiritual connection. I know not everybody prays, not everybody believes in God, but I do, and I felt God's presence very strongly. I think because I've slowed down to pray and to ponder and to meditate. I've also had a lot of people telling me they're praying for me. That's a very humbling thing to have people, even strangers, say, I'm praying for you. And it's powerful. I don't feel like I'm going to heal quickly, but I do feel like I'm going to heal. And while I'm healing slowly, I'm trying to learn a lot of things. Trying to pray instead of escaping with social media, with video games, Netflix, with podcasts. I'm a big podcast guy. I'm always like, listen to a podcast, trying to learn. How do I maximize my time? And I'm discovering the value of slowing down, meditating, praying. So I hope that I can find the ability to do that as I heal and speed up, that there's something to say about slowing down, disconnecting, trying to connect with the higher power. So yeah, this is my week 2 update. If you like this video, like it. Ask me a question in the comments. I'll tell you anything. Don't take what I said for medical advice. I'm not a professional. I'm just giving you my opinions. And subscribe to this channel if you find it valuable. So see you next week.